It is 4 a.m. in game. Good morning, everybody. I'm Old Man Sugarheart. Today we're playing Vintage Story, and I had an opportunity to play a little off stream. I'll show you what I did. For one, got the goats. And the goats are very important. We'll check them out now. Hey, goats. I captured 4 baby goats with the reed basket traps, and I moved them here. They're adorable. Got 2 boy goats and 2 girl goats. They eat like a gallon of dry grass a day. You know, I leave the barn door open. They frolic out here. They have a great time. Hi, kitty. Ooh, almost forgot. We've got a resin tree up here. When I was building this fence, I had to make sure it went around it. So I had like a convenient resin source. But yeah, let the goats vibe out there. Part of me wonders if I close the barn door on them, will they eat the grass around them? Surely they would, right? Let's see. I've got leather cooking like constantly, so like we've got prepared hide in there, got oak logs in there. I've got scraped hide ready to go in it. I've got more prepared hide ready to go in there. I've got rawhide in the lime water. Like, the leather is just flowing like crazy. Over here, nothing. Well, you can't be doing nothing. I gotta do something about that nothing. Think it's time for me to try and get iron, though. Like, there's always something to do. The things on my mind. One, I should probably chisel this into like an attractive looking well if I can. Because it's very annoying the way it is. Oh, I decorated the food room and supplied it a little. You know, I took the marble that Silverwolves was so nice to like get for me. I polished it. There are marble tables, it turns out. I didn't know those were a thing, but you can make like marble tables. You just like take chiseled, polished marble slabs and slap them on a table. Beautiful. So we got an oven here. I've got a saucepan. I've been learning how to simmer things. I've got a bottle shelf and a bunch of corks. The vinegar finished, so I bottled it all up. I thought about like throwing the vinegar in here and like making pickled onions. But honestly, the brine doing just fine. Over here, I've got meats in giant piles of salt. In the goat farming, you know what? Let's just disregard that I have hundreds of pieces of meat. No one will ever know. Mass Bandit, hello friends. How are you today? I'm doing good. I saw you were playing this too. I was lurking around the other day. Let's see, I've got tons of food too. Like I ate all my salad. I think I ate all my salad. I think I got some left. Nope. I'm on to stews now. So I got stews. I've got 1,000 pies. I've got meats on the meat racks. I made a lovely salad. Yep, you love this game? It's such a good game. Alright. How How does one chisel? Let's figure that out. Because out of the things bothering me the most, well, one, it's that my quern is doing nothing right now. Let's put a stop to that. Halite? Yeah, keep the salt pumping. But then I want to figure out how to chisel that, because that's the thing that's annoying me the most. So whenever I check on the goats, I have to walk by it. Goats were super annoying to catch, too. Like, I'm happy to have them. Alright, I think a chisel's involved somehow. So give me that chisel. Alright, now let's learn chisel science. Okay, maybe we won't learn chisel science. Can I put you in my offhand? No. Can I put a hammer in my offhand? Yes. This is my hunch. Hammer. Hammer and chisel. Yeah. I'll go boink. Okay. This isn't so bad. You just gotta like right click when you're looking at things. Then you can start chiseling. Okay. So for a rough start, this is pretty decent. My biggest concern is like that the water will get out. If I go too skinny with it. F allows you to change the size of what you delete. Yeah. And so... Come on, the 4x4s. In the corners. And we go by the 2x2s right next to them. And chisel the water down. Because this is starting to look better, but... But like, I wish it came up to about like half the height. Alright, and now we want to smooth out the edges a little bit. Starting to look a little pretty. Hello, kitty. What are you doing? Do you want to say hi to everybody? No. He's just chilling. Chiseling's a little nicer than I expected. What are you doing, cat? There you go. He needed to hop over to the cat tower. Actually really appreciate that. Like, normally he ignores the cat tower, wants to be all up in my grill. Just fine. He's a cat. He loves affection and whatnot. All right. So now that we're doing that, chisel a little heart in it. Kind of hard to see what's going on in here. Oh, I messed up. I'll just go ahead and make this double thickness. And no one will ever know. That looks gross. All right. Now there's like drop blocks here to add material. You say drop blocks, I guess. Let's go find things to add. And what sort of things do you think you can add there? Like, can I add you? Can I add you? Can I add larch? Or does larch need to be a block? All right, we're going to try some experiments. Wood, stone, and glass are what you've seen used in chiseling. I wonder what... Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with the shingles here. All right. Shingle? See. Okay. Working. It's a little gross. I like the 3 there. right, what's really going on here? I need you to go away. It looks so gross. Something's wrong. Something's off about my math. I mean, a lot of things are wrong here. I see. I'm a little too far over to the left, so I can't go as far to this side as I do over here. So what I do is I complete the heart a little to the side here. Okay, now that's a balanced heart. It's a little sharp around these edges, but that's fine. That's fine. Okay. I can put some of the limestone back. There we go. That looks pretty good. Now here is where it's gonna get different. Because I do actually want this broken. This here can be more red. We're gonna do the Sugarheart logo in here. I think one thing that bothers me about this is that I think it's going to have that shingle pattern, and I don't know if that's going to look good. This is like one of the reddest things I have to work with. You know, it looks okay. Like, it almost looks like a meaty heart. Look at my major chambers. Some good looking ventricles right there. There we go. So there's like the logo. We're gonna chisel away the middle here. Put something bright white. I build up from the bottom. There we go. How do we like that? It's a good look. A little graffiti. The rest of the base needs that. Oh man. If only like this was my full-time job. I could probably spend all day chiseling. Because, I mean, look at, like, this blocky house. Like, you could chisel a nice little facade there. You can add cool detailing. But, yeah, the well was at least one thing I had to do that on, so I could squeeze my butt through it without getting caught on the corners. Like, that one was mechanically necessary. Okay, so salt's grinding, leather's coming along, the food science lab is here. Pickled onions will be ready soon. I assume pickled onions keep forever. We're going to use them in the cheese making process. So with those guys just living their best lives and growing up, I think it is time for me to go look for ore. What am I doing? I'm dropping off the chisel. Boop. And I've got a bunch of other stuff I don't really care about. Spare pick and a spare shovel, which is good because I'll need them. Accidentally picked up one of these. Boop. Get this hammer out of my pocket. Eat some delicious stew. All right. Finding iron, though. How do you do that? So, meteor iron is up there. Hang on, let me step inside so I don't get eaten. Meteoric iron. So I chiseled that somehow. Well, like, what do you do with this? So I make meteor iron ingots, but what? I'm trying to find like the ore it belongs in. Show me chunks. So many things. Gold, silver. And see meteoric iron in there. Jimmy Buffett, one particular harbor? Wrong chat. It's true. I don't know much about Jimmy Buffett. I mean, it looks like I just chisel that and I do fine. But it also doesn't tell me like what level I need to chisel that. I'm afraid to touch the meteoric iron until I've figured out iron itself. Okay. So if I wanted iron, that's the hematite. Some 1.3 hematite over there. The closest to iron I've found. In other places, minuscule amounts of hematite. If I go farther north, still minuscule. What about over here? Pentlandite. What was pentlandite? Nickel. Ally for cupronickel. If I mix that with copper, I get cupronickel. Cupronickel. I can make nails. That's about it. Maybe some plates. Okay, well that's kind of good to know. What other things? Got the sphalerite, I think, or some of it over there. I also explored up in this area a bit. Some uranium. There's like no iron anywhere around here. It's a 57 on hematite. There's some very poor hematite. Like maybe up here somewhere. Up here. Decent uranium. There's a wolf on my head. There's lead everywhere. All right. So I got some zinc off stream, a decent amount of zinc. What if I popped in one of these translocators? I would be torn to shreds immediately. That's what would happen. Very poor hematite. Is that the best hematite I've ever seen? Nah, there's more of it over in this neighborhood. There's a 1.3 there. Maybe 1.3 is good? $79 over in that direction, 56 in that direction. 31 in this direction. There might be like a 1% here. I'm losing my mind. Let's not do this during the night. Don't mine at night. That's the best Minecraft parody. You have multiple streams up? You're a hero, sir. So I've got my theories about hematite. It's also sphalerite in the neighborhood. So let's see if we can find it. Let's see if we can find iron. And see if that solves like 99% of all our problems. Because, like, there's a chance if we fail to find that, we find failure, right? And combine that with some bismuth. And which I've got a bismuth mine nearby that still has plenty to hit. And we get some copper, which, you know, is the thing you can find. What's going on down here? You know, pop down into caves occasionally. See if we can find some easily exposed ores. I imagine iron is super deep down there. Like, am I right in assuming iron doesn't appear anywhere near the surface? I've explored that one before. I recognize the puffballs. Okay. So, I think the orange dot I'm right below right now is where we had the highest level of hematite. So what I want to do is right around here. See if we find more. See, we're in the side of a hill, so we gotta go down a little bit. Dang it. It's dirt. I mean, we can just go out this way a little bit. 1, 2, 3. All right. So tell me what you see. .99% hematite versus 1.3. Okay, so we were closer in this direction. Oh, it occurs to me that I forgot ladders. Let's go back and get those. Always forget when going deep, the ideal way to do it. Ooh, what do we have here? Saw a creepy shadow, but I think it was me. Nothing. That's pretty. Hi, chickens. We could make a coop at some point. I mean, like, I got a large number of flax coming. believe I did that on stream. It's a safe way down here. Whee! Ladders. 46 will be enough, right? Couldn't help myself. I was like, I can jump to that tree. Parkour. All right. Hello, baby goat. All right. So you have the largest amount of hematite. Right? Did I get that right? You're the 1.3. I was going to triangulate a little bit. 1.3, 99, 79, 56, 1.2. So like right here. More or less. What's a beautiful place? First of all, where's the little pit I dug for this guy? Ah, there it is. I want to go this way a little bit. You know what? Straight down. This is less scary than Minecraft. In the sense that, like, if you mine straight down, you'll probably be fine. Let me do an ore check out here, just in case there's some failurite nearby. Nope. Now, don't anyone tell Silver Wolves, but I kind of suspect they cheat when they look for iron. They said something along the lines of if you expand your field of view, you can, like, clip the camera through the wall. I think if you do that, you'll be able to see, like, the free-floating ore chunks. Now, we don't do that around here. Very old-fashioned. Alright, anything near me now? How deep does this go? Kitty. He's biting my mic. I can't go like 80 deep. That's too many deep. Peridotite. I think this is where you would find the iron, right? Or andesite. What do you see around here? Nothing. Anything around here? Nothing. All right. I think we start to build upwards. Make sure we can get out of here. This is a horrifying pit. Oop. Exactly 4 ladders left. Okay. Whee! All right. So, yeah, stop going down. I think the thing to do is to go forward now. So, like, the immediate node search is like a 7x7 block. So what I'm thinking is out here in the streets, I just start like poking around. I don't know if this is a good way to find things or not. Failurite large amounts. Well, now we're talking. Yeah, I should kind of like mark where that was. Because I want large amounts of failurite. Have I gone too far? No ore nearby. Okay. So I'll make you my lovely cross section. Real question is, are we on the right level? Tell me you're in this direction. Trace amounts. There was large amounts here and trace amounts there. And no amounts there. We need more data. All right. Large amounts here. Medium amounts. Trace, medium, large. Eat a delicious snack. All right. Not far in this direction. Medium amounts. I mean, it's making me think that it's kind of upwards over here. Possibly downwards. All right, I think we're in large amount territory. So if I chip here, no ore nearby. Okay. So what that tells me is that it's down. And possibly right below that section. I found some. Ooh, and it's all over the place. I don't want to destroy my stairs yet. I've destroyed my stairs. What am I doing? I've got dirt. We'll find our way out. So I think I want to chisel out all the connecting zincs. So I can figure out the shape of this. Then I will come back and get it all. And zinc is so hard to see. That zinc in the roof? There's lots of zinc in the roof. there's a method to this. Or at least I'm pretending there is. This thing's a little wavier than I expected it to be. Also, may I ask why I'm digging around the zinc? So my theory is that I want to keep track. Where is my zinc? What do I use for zinc? There we go. I want to keep track of where the zinc is connected to so that I can figure out like the shape of the ore. Because as I understand it, like the zinc has a chance to like extend in like one of the directions off of the block. So with the zinc here, it could appear here, here, here. If I carve out around the zinc, I can like trace the entire shape of the giant ore shape in there. Whoops, you're our zinc. So the idea is if I carve out where the zinc is, I think I can figure out where all the zinc is. But if I just start like chiseling away at it, it might be like connected like from this block to this block. And depending on how I'm mining it, like I might lose sight of where it was. Now there are other options. Like I think pros are more impatient, and what they do is they just use a prospecting pick to say like, did I miss any? And maybe I want to be a pro. I don't know. I don't know. Trying to be efficient to make sure I get all of it, but maybe this isn't it. I mean, node search is meant for that specifically. That's fair. And to be honest, like we came down here looking for hematite. And so like best case scenario, like if we don't find the zinc we're looking for, like there's a chance we might find the hematite we're looking for. Zinc tends to be in a cluster while iron ores tend to be disks. All right. Leveled up in mining. Ore miner. Increase the number of ores you receive by 5%. Maybe that's what I want. Breaking a block increases mining speed. No, I don't want that. Improve the durability of my pick. I think we want to boost the number of ores we find. I mean, it seems like the better choice. Personally, you like to use bombs for mining case. Rare to miss any with those. Well, don't the bombs have a chance to destroy the ore, though? Like, hang on. Ore bomb? Ore blasting bomb. 10% chance of destroying ores and a very high chance of destroying crystals and crystallized ore. See, that's the only reason I am not using ore blasting bombs. Like, I'll do it for, like, things that I don't care about, like sulfur. But for, like, the things I need for reasons, like zinc. Or, like, bismuth. Or iron. Like, it seems like the bad way to go. Am I wrong? Like, I'm not an expert in this game by any means. There could be, like, a good reason why you would do that. Alright, do you see any zincs around? There's some. But we did have fun with an ore blasting bomb at some point. Alright. Tell me, did I miss anything? Trace amounts. Well, shoot. I think it was largely the middle here. So if there was more, I would bet be somewhere around here. Yeah. Yeah, here. Oh, I made a pit. Oh, speaking of pits. I don't know, trace amounts isn't worth looking for. We never did find the hematite, but like I feel like we did enough. Yeah, use 10 to 15% of the material, but you need only a little zinc until you hit the Iron Age anyway, so it is worth time saved in your opinion. Okay. Like, that seems very reasonable. Honestly, I don't know how much farther we go after iron. Like, I'm trying to decide, like, when this playthrough is over. Like, I'm having a great time, so, you know, it could go on for ages. Like, what's the current state of Vintage Story? Is the story complete? Like, I don't think it is. Like, I think you can get to, like, a certain point and, like, run out of lore, right? So, like, that's not an ending. You can't, like, you could go as far as you can in the story. I could try cooking all the foods, which is fun, and kind of like the ending I'm looking for. I could get to steal. I've never done that before. There's a good chunk of story already in the game with multiple boss fights, but you're right, the story is not complete yet. Yeah. So maybe I hold off on that until like the story is complete. Because I am a huge fan of vintage story. I might just come back here and play the story when it is ready. All right. Some decent chunks of failure, right? I think I need the ladders. Fail. Let me break out the hammer. Like, that's a lot of failure, right? How much do I need for bismuth bronze ingot? Like, I don't know if I'm using this efficiently. So, like, 20 to 30%. So, one of the slots should be failure, right? If I'm being super efficient, not like all of the slot. So then bismuthenite, which I've got in the neighborhood. I need like a half a slot. How much do I have on me? I've actually got a large amount of bismuthenite already. Okay. So we smash. More than enough bismuthenite. Okay, what about copper? Decent amounts. I don't know what you do with copper bits. All right, but this is like one smelting set right here. Pinky Rose, how are you doing? It is good to see you again. Oh, I didn't smash these. That's more than enough copper then. Okay, that's about exactly as much copper as I want. All right. Let's go sleep. Close the doors behind me because I wasn't born in a barn. Copper bits can be used like copper nuggets in smelting. Okay, that's good to know. I think what I would want is a lot more of them in that case. All right. So is there any trick to finding iron? Do I have to just get lucky? The question I have. $126 copper bits, 36 zinc, and 18 bismuth. Are the ratios for one anvil? Yeah. I don't want to destroy this guy's bed. But this is a horrible place for a bed. Okay. So we want like 70% blah. and like 20% blah. And then some amount of blah. It's the most I can have here. $96. Yeah. Can I take any amount away from here? Just to be extra stingy. No. Okay. All right. And if these are the ratios, and I like these ratios, I would need a lot more copper to do it again. But it's looking pretty good. Okay. Now, speaking of stingy, I know you can... Where did my coal go? Wanted you in my pocket. I know you can, like, preheat the oven with some firewood. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pour it in pickaxe molds, the falx mold, the shovel. Well, maybe we skip the shovel mold. Maybe we don't. Get a hammer, an axe, spare axe, and then like the rest of it all goes in ingots. And that is how we do. Okay. So no special trick to finding iron. Need a prospecting for magnetite. The veins are usually huge, so you only need 1 or 2 for enough iron. Prospect pick density search until you find the highest percentage of iron. And just dig down, doing node searches every 11 layers in all 4 directions. Okay. So magnetite, you say? Magnetite. So like over here, I found hematite, which I believe is iron. So like, smelts into iron bloom. Right. Okay. But magnetite is like what I actually want. Got some magnetite in this general direction. Not much of it. I should check like this peninsula to see if magnetite goes up in this direction or if like 0.5% is the best I can do. Other than that, in various other locations, it's more hematite. But like that's the only magnetite I'm aware of. So your setting for node search is the standard 6 blocks. It might be changed based on the server host I use, but it is whatever the default is. Like the server host might have done it something as like a prank. What am I doing? We're smelting. We're just vibing. Feel like it burns better if I stay in the neighborhood. Part of me wants a window. Is that a thing I want? we doing salty. Salt is done. There are 3 types of iron. Slightly poor, medium, and rich values. It doesn't really matter which type you find. One vein of anything is usually enough iron you'll ever need. Okay. They're all huge. The, like, hematite over here, like, this is what we were looking for. Like, the 1.3%. And, like, the zinc was just, like, a happy coincidence. Hematite is just fine. Okay. So, are you okay, kitty? Yeah. So, what I need to do is go back there, maybe bring some more ladders. But, like, every 11 layers in all 4 directions scanned, because that might be why I missed the hematite. Is like I was only looking in one direction. I didn't know if it was like a square around you, but like it would make sense if it's a square in front of you. And so like I wasn't looking in a particular direction or in several directions. Oh, a small cauldron mold. I forgot I made that. Will be good for my cooking experiments. How you doing? Still cooking? But yeah, we've got the expanded cooking thing. I've been making things in a saucepan. I forgot how to spell cauldron. So make a bismuth bronze cauldron. And so I can simmer many things. Step up from saucepans. Less greedy than full-size cauldron. Can be hung from a meat rack. Well, that's interesting. But like, what would I put in there? You put milk in there. Neutral nut liquid, pistachio sweetened. Sounds delicious. But like, you can hold meats too, right? Maybe I misunderstand. If cauldrons are liquid only, then they're not better than saucepans? Usually do density searches at the surface in a grid pattern. Just find the direction where the percentage goes up until it stops. Then just start mining down. Yeah. So that's what... I'm being real sloppy about it, but that's kind of what I'm intending to do. Okay, so like you're just for boiling. So if you're just for boiling, like what can... I can boil mercury. And what can I do with mercury? But let's see. Sloppy is more fun. Well, sloppy is like what I get. Like, look at the land over here. It's so rocky and complicated. Like, there's a ton of hills and problematic topography over here. But let's see, like, here is a 1.3 hematite. Here is like 1.2. So, like, I'd put it like most of the way here. What I ended up was digging straight down here to find zinc. There's a 5.6, 0.99. Well, maybe it is like right here. Over here we've got 7.9. 9.6. Like, these are almost the same distance away. And so if I had to triangulate it right there, that's where it is. And we'll get it. Here, we'll just admire the view. Maybe a wolf will jump down on my head, who knows? Someone asked what mods I had on the other day. One of the ones I have is like far draw distance, so that it doesn't look gross out there. You can kind of see what the land would look like on the horizon. I do appreciate that mod quite a bit. What else? What else have I got? I've got a crab. One of the things I want to make is crab sausage. I've actually got the stuff to do it now. So I've learned how lard works. I think that is like a more efficient use than like plain fat. And something like this cauldron will help me make tons of it. But a lovely crab and cheese sausage. Is that a thing? So, bam, I kill the crab. I get crab meat. I want to chop it up into little pieces. Now I make crab sausage. And I can combine cheese and salt in it for a curing cheesy crab sausage. After 21 days, it turns into cured cheesy crab sausage. I can put that in like scrambled eggs, and that would be amazing. I wonder if crab sausage is a real thing. That sounds like something I want to try in real life. In one of my adventures, I went to like another town, and they had crab nachos, which I lovingly referred to as crotchos. Okay, you're prepared. You're scraped. You go in there. And now you want to be scraped. I don't want to get too distracted out here. Let's see what kind of time I got. You smelting? It's gonna hit 1300 here soon. See if I can hurry. My cat is very much in the way right now. He doesn't even want to say anything to anybody. You have primitive survival? I do. I don't even know what it does. I think that's where the crabs come from. But like, it was one of the ones I had from like the very first time I ever played Vintage Story. So like, I have no idea what it actually adds. How you doing? You look done. There you go. Wasn't about to turn away from you. All right. Couple of easy picks. Easy weapon. Get an axe in here. Shovel. Hammer. Pauldron. Gonna burn my toes and back myself into a corner. You know what? Could use an extra axe too. Is there anywhere I can see how much of this I have left? I've got 775. That's perfect. Ouch. And we did it. We just take the hot coal out of there. And we just let everything chill. Ow. My toe. Invest in irrigation. In an irrigation vessel, you can move 50 liters of water at a time. Irrigation vessel. But my back. Use instead of water blocks for better farmland irrigation. I don't fully understand. Okay, so like barrels hold 50 liters. The irrigation vessel 2, 3, 4, 5. Irrigation vessel is the same, but maybe I can carry it faster? Like, instead of being like a heavy carry? Meant to be buried in the ground to provide 100% hydration to 2 adjacent blocks. Okay, so I could take an irrigation vessel, say I put it here, and 2 adjacent blocks. It would be like out to here, right? So theoretically, like this could be like out a little further. Right? So like just a more efficient farmland puddle thing. Hang on. Gotta put the tongs back. Correct. Okay. But uses a bucket to move 50 liters at a time. Because if I can move that without like the heavy carry mod that, you know, moves me at like 50% speed, I could see that being a huge advantage. But water source is like 75% hydration. That does make sense. All right. What do I need in my life? Now, these prepared hides, I need you to be strong tannin. I need some lime water. Starting to get dark. Yeah, moving with an irrigation vessel is normal speed. Ah. That would be more efficient. 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me some lime. $50 of that. And do I have enough hides just lying around? I'm one shy. Yeah, it's breaking my back. You're a heavy kitty. Which is good. He's an old kitty. I want him to be heavy. Alright. You start tanning. There'll be lime water. Water. Got all these nuggets. I need more copper to keep my bronze up. I happen to know where a good copper mine is. Or I think I do. What am I doing? Get in there. I need ladders, which means I need boards. Give me some sticks. Go with the boards. And let me see if I can guess the recipe for ladders. I guessed it. How did you get there? Let's see. Ladder. All right. We seem more or less ready. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go take a nap. Then tomorrow we go back to mining. Part of me is wondering if we ignore copper until it's absolutely necessary to get more of it. Because I could get tons more copper. And then we'd have tons and tons of bismuth bronze. But if we find our iron immediately, then like we'll never have needed it, right? All right, back to our iron mine. Or at least that's what I think. Ow, my legs. Oh, come on. I didn't break my legs that bad. Very common thing to do. Apparently, when people join my game, they tend to select Goblin as the fantasy race. because they don't have fall damage. And honestly, I can definitely see the appeal. Alright, kitty. I love you. But you gotta be over there. He's gonna bite me now. Alright, somewhere around here. The little hole I made. There it is. Okay. So we go down, say, 11 layers. And we do a node search in every direction. Trace amounts of, or no, nothing in that direction. Or that direction. Or that direction. Wait, what am I waiting for? So let's see. Dig with your pickaxe in all 4 directions, and on the final block within reach, do the node search. Ah, okay, because I've got a lot covering up. Okay. So, go. 1, 2, 3. Something like that. I don't know how far I can reach. I want to say it's 3. I think it's 6. Nope, it's 3 for me. I might have short arms. I can hit that one and that one. Can't hit that one. So like if I lean a little closer, I can. Okay. We're gonna treat it like it's 3. Just for my own convenience. So if you want to speed that up and save your prospect pick, you can use your pickaxe to almost break the block, and then quickly switch to your prospect pick to finish it. That's a good tip. Not too worried about the prospect pick. Like, I've been using copper prospecting picks, and they've been lasting a decent amount of time. Granted, yeah, about here. Granted, I haven't been, like, iron hunting nearly as much as I am now. And so maybe I'm going to burn through the prospecting picks a lot faster now. But like the copper ones have been mostly very fine. Like it takes a lot to go through them. I go through like 2 bronze picks before I go through like 1 copper pick, prospecting pick. Like you saw in the forge, I was pouring into these old clay molds. Like I've got one for a prospecting pick too, but oh. Well darn. Okay, so I want to head off in this direction. Right where I'm at, I want to do a density search. Just to see if I'm in Iron Town or not. .37 versus 1.3. Yeah, this is the spot. As I suspected. Okay. I'm going to do a node search in this direction. One said 1.4. Did it? I don't think I did. But give me a second. So 1.37, 1.3, 1.2. Oh, 1.43. Whoa. Well, now I'm confused. How does that have so much more than this? Red dot northwest of your location. I'm thinking. I mean, we could move to that area. I think the 4-3 dot is my best bet. All right. You are the expert. I'm going to need a new pick. I might grab another prospecting pick while I'm at it. Not an expert. Prospecting can be super frustrating though. It's once you learn how to do it, it doesn't feel all that bad. Very windy day out here. Like, I feel pretty good about it most of the time. Like you're just playing like warmer, colder with the rocks. Which I think is kind of a clever way to do it. Like the alternative is just guessing randomly. Alright, give me a pick. I'll take you. I'll take you. I'll eat some delicious stew. Take some more for the road. We'll double check on our... Man, I need... What do I need? I need halite. I keep the salt grinding constantly. But we'll check on a few things. For one, I got pickled onions now. The farm's still growing. For the first shot, you dig straight down and do a single node search every 11 blocks. Go all the way to the mantle or until you get traces. If nothing on the straight down, do the 4 directions all the way back up. Okay. I see the wisdom in this. My cat has very strong opinions too. I don't know if you could hear him. He was meowing in the mic's direction. As cats do. He's just got so many feelings. Alright. Guess I put the pickled onions in here. Put the salt in here. Let my prepared meat be prepared. Got a lot of ladders. I don't think I have enough ladders to reach bedrock. And so... give me a bunch more of these. Give me a bunch of sticks. I'm gonna need a saw. Boom. Now that's ladders. All right, back to the pits. You have such a cool homestead. Thank you. I'm very, very proud of how it's turning out. Like the first time I played, like, you know, I built the area next to the spawn and never looked back. And this time I felt like confident enough to say like, okay, let's find a cool place early on and move our base there. And so like we found these natural like rocks hanging over the river. And so it looked like a cool place to build a base. And I had like a fantasy of like windmills attached up here instead of being like a giant hideous tower. That's another thing we need to do with the base, is get it up to like boost our automation. Because we've got like a natural waterfall I think we could hook a water wheel up to, and I think that would work. And let's see. We get like 3 or 4 more windmills up there, get a pulverizer, a helve hammer. Like, I think we need to get into the pulverizing part sooner rather than later. There was something we needed a pulverizer for. I think it's because I was trying to get to... Was it fire clay? I'm so bad at fire clay. There's ways to make it. Every time I Google it, I'm like, effort. Okay. It's 143. I mean, if the map is to be believed, there's a hole right around here. Have I lost my mind? Somebody's already been here? Was it me? Mantle. Okay. So you're bedrock. And I imagine if I found hematite, I would have done something about it. But it looks like I wasn't looking in every direction. You make fire clay with a quern. Bake flint with charcoal. Then grind the product with the quern. Mix with blue or red clay. Yeah, okay. It's all coming back to me. I remember why I failed before. Failed because I couldn't figure out how to get the flint hot enough. Like I put it in a fireplace. And I think the way it works is like after a stack gets up to the temperature where it like smelts, it needs to reset and get that hot again. Does that sound right? And I think that caused problems for me. And so I was going to put it in like a bloomery. Pulverizer to smash bauxite and quartz to mix with fire clay for refractory bricks. Refractory bricks are make a giant kiln for steel production. Oh, really? find you hematite. Nothing there. But steel production, huh? And you need a giant kiln for that? So, like, that wouldn't be a beehive kiln, would it? Like, a beehive kiln is for clay and clay only. It's really good for making, like, lots of bricks. Gotcha. I mean, we'll get to steel. What do I need for steel? You know what? I've got the tools to discover that right now. Iron. Okay, well, you need iron for steel. But you need something else, too. So, like, if I was going to make a steel ingot, I need blister steel. And you take an iron ingot and you carbonize it in a cementation furnace. Building a cementation furnace requires yada yada refractory bricks. Comes in 3 different qualities. Tier see, I see. Okay. With mortar. I see. Somebody build 2 stone coffin sections. I see. Okay. 2 coffin lids. Blister steel needs to be worked on an anvil to create steel. Okay. We will get there. Two, 3. You make a stone coffin, fill it with iron and charcoal, put the lid on the coffin, and then back with stacks of charcoal underneath for a few days worth. Interesting. I mean, steel seems cool. I don't know if they had steel the last time I played this game. Iron might have been the top. It's been about 3 years. Well, I sure would love to find any iron at all. Can iron really appear at any level? Because here I am fairly close to the surface. And I'm assuming iron would be very difficult to find around here. Nope. Iron is usually mid to mantle, my experience. Okay. So yeah, I'm not feeling like there's a good chance of finding it. Not in this spot. Here's another hole. $43. That was like the 43 spot. $1.2. Oh, 143 to be right here. Cat, what are you doing? He's telling me it's time to go. I'm also not directly on like the 143 dot, but yeah, but where was my 143 dot? So like this is the 143 dot. But where's my 43 hole? Like it would be right here. Going all the way to the bottom. Actually, I have to stop and get the kids to school. So instead of prospecting every step of the way, I'm going to dig straight down to the mantle and then find my way back up. And maybe we'll go right through the iron. Because I would like to discover the iron on stream, and then I can spend like my lunch break digging it out, and then actually having enough iron. So questions I have. I can make a lot of things with iron. Are there certain things that have to be iron at some point, like a health hammer or a pulverizer? Or are those fine being bronze? Because if those are fine being bronze, I'm in good space. Iron anvil, iron pulverizer caps, and hammer. Okay, okay. I made bronze of those, and so that may have been a waste. Because as far as I know, like, you never have to replace pulverizers or helve hammers. They just stay chill forever. All needed for steel, everything else is a luxury. Yeah. And then I can make absurd steel cooking equipment. Like a steel rolling pin. I found the mantle. And now to die in a pit. Oh, you're just cracked. I was like, you look slightly discolored. Am I really that bad at doing this? Is it disappearing? I think that might be my problem. Like, I think I'm placing them correctly, but they're on top of where I am. And so they're disappearing. So if I reach for it, I have a better time. Oop. All right. There's my hole, exactly where the dot is. I will do some more digging off a stream. There's a portal on me. And we'll find that iron, or die trying. I mean, like, our other option is to check more. Stop it. Portals everywhere. Guys shooting at me. Delicious soup. Just another manic Monday. But yeah, I think I understand the wide search a little better. Because I think where it centers the dot is where you sample first. If I've got that right, I can be a little more precise where I'm building like each of the nodes. Let's see. Give me some new soups. First block broken is the node. Yeah. All right. Hey, thanks for all your help. by the way, if anybody wants to play, the server address is in the Discord. It's also in my YouTube video descriptions. And you're welcome to hop in, build yourself a nice little house here. Use whatever tools you feel necessary. And, you know, live alongside me. We got plenty of food. Got a decent number of crops. You can do whatever you like and just exist in this beautiful world.
Thanks, Granddad.
I'm not really worried about running out of resources or anything like that. And so, yeah. If you need any help getting started, like, at the very least, you can come in here, make yourself like a full stack of cooked roots. If you don't want to be like a huge drain on the resources. But yeah, feel free to use whatever tools, whatever you feel is necessary to learn how to play the game. All right, have a great day, everybody. Please stick around. I'll find somebody to raid. With Vintage Story, you usually want to raid somebody else playing Vintage Story. The Vintage Story kind of has like that cult following. There's a Heron Jaeger. Nova Star. Like, Vienish. Someone Russian. There's so many people. Some Project Zomboid going on. Like I'm basing it off on how much I like their screen name. This person's named Stationary Robot. We'll raid them. See how stationary they are. Take care, old man. Thank you. You have a great day, Boxopotamus. Alright, bye-bye, everybody.